This video is for my lovely Leo risings. We're going to go over this new moon in Scorpio on the 19th and 20th of this month and some of the transits that are impacting you around this time. With the moon transiting your fourth house, you're invited to create a sanctuary away from the exterior demands of life. This is a nurturing time to indulge in the comforts of home and immerse yourself in familiar surroundings. Here you can reflect on deep-seated emotional responses and the facets of your inner world that often remain hidden from public view. Contemplate why certain aspects of yourself are concealed and what fears or vulnerabilities do these hidden traits represent. Things that are linked to your childhood experiences, the relationship you had with your father, your mother, your siblings. Consider gently unveiling more of these authentic parts to the world and recognize how repressing them may be unconsciously affecting your life's flow. Like, what are you holding in? What do you feel repressed by? What pain are you carrying? During this phase, you may be swept up by a wave of memories and powerful emotions. Trust that you possess the inner strength to process these feelings, even as they stir a deep sensitivity within you. Embrace your heightened emotional perception as a superpower, allowing you to discern the subtleties in your inner landscape and in your interactions with others. Use this sensitivity to deepen your self-awareness and your emotional intelligence. Consider how it can enhance your relationships and your interactions. Reflect on which habits are serving your highest good and which ones might be hindering your growth. What patterns of behavior have you outgrown? And what new supportive practices can you incorporate into your daily life? So definitely a time to give yourself some more compassion, nurture your emotional well-being. And as you explore these themes, ask yourself, what parts of my inner world am I ready to share with others? And how can this authenticity enrich my life and my connections? Cultivate more self-understanding to build a more compassionate relationship to yourself, allowing your true self to shine through more brightly each day. After all, your sign rules the sun, so you're meant to shine. You're meant to spread more love and happiness around the world. But if you don't feel the happiness and love within yourself, then you can't really do that, right? If you allow others to dim your light, then that beauty that is naturally within you can't be spread and shown in its authenticity, in its true beauty. You also have the sun and Venus in your fourth. This will offer some help for you. You could spend some time with some family members, like female family members, friends, sisters, cousins. They could be a support system for you. If you don't have that support system, then look to those who do support you during this time, because there could be a lot of emotions that really come up and they're uncomfortable, but a light needs to be shown there so that you can be healed in a deeper way. Then we have Mercury being in retrograde, right? It's doing that dance between your fifth house and your fourth house. And since Mars in Sagittarius is in your fifth house, as this fluctuation happens, it's kind of combining past situations with like exes, past lovers or friends, or just events that have happened in general that are more on the chaotic side because Mars is there. It might come back up and it could bring a disturbance into your life. And with that disturbance, it gives you an opportunity to choose how you want to react to it. And it also shows you the real lesson behind that situation. even though it's in the past, you can see it more clearly for what it is. For example, you can really see who is there for you. You get to know who's truly on your side and who's not. You get to see who was just taking your energy versus trying to support you and uplift you. So don't let anyone bring destruction into your life. Be very cautious, have your boundaries high. Don't let any energy vampires come in. It's very crucial that you protect yourself, especially with Saturn and Neptune retrograde in your 8th house right now. There is a major closing of a cycle where you have taken on a lot of burdens from other people as your own, blurred boundaries, where you couldn't see some things clearly about other people and you willingly helped, right? And so you've learned lessons of how to separate yourself from other people and not allow them to impact you or take you for granted. And there's a theme here with the North Node and the South Node. So North Node being in your 8th as well brings an even bigger light to that. The purpose of all of this happening is to show you where you've allowed people to take away your self-worth or to try to dim your light through critiquing you, because South Node Virgo is in your 2nd house. So that is affecting your self-worth and your stability. And the people are trying to, whoever it may be, it could be a friend, it could be family, it could be a lover, it could be anyone really, that does it in a way to where they are criticizing you, scrutinizing things you do. So don't allow that to happen, or do your best not to allow it to happen. I want to go over Saturn transiting your 8th, though. So you have a better idea as to what cycle is closing out. And we're nearly there. It's going to be turning direct at the end of November. And it'll be out of your 8th house in the beginning of next year, should be. So the time that Saturn transited through your 8th, it might have felt like an inner crisis because there was a lot of reconstruction going on for you. The opportunities it brought were to transform and gain valuable insights for your life, and the goals integrating wisdom while staying authentic, living purposefully through personal power. So throughout the time, you might have felt that you were being tested to the very core of your being, compelling you to not only recognize, but also accept the values of others without compromising your own unique essence. See? So where you had to establish those boundaries, it really urged you to release dependency on anything or to rely on any external material resources, fostering a sense of self-reliance and internal security. So that is something that is coming to an end here, where you're learning so many deep things about the core wounds you might have collected from your 4th house of home and the baggage that you carry, all those things. They're being cleared out. Jupiter retrograde is also helping with this too, because Jupiter being in your 12th was like a way to tap into your intuition and your spiritual side more. And it's exalted in Cancer, so you have a lot of help in the other realms from the angels during these testing times. But with it retrograde and Saturn retrograde, 12th, 8th, and 4th houses are highlighted big time. And even though you have all this help, it is going to be difficult, right? You do have to prepare yourself for some emotional releases that you might need more time to yourself to just fully allow to come out. And of course, reach out to those around you when you need help. Neptune also finally Closing out that stage, well, that was a longer phase in your eighth house. But over time, that was the very planet that kind of blurred the boundaries and really made things confusing and illusions to kind of play with your head. So that is nearing the end. Uranus in your 10th house, that really, there's so many ups and downs with your career, your status, what you want to do in your life, your purpose. So that phase is coming to a close so that you feel more solid in yourself and what you want to do. Having Mars in your 5th house, this gives you the drive to be more creative, but just be cautious of not going overboard. You don't want to be overly risky. You want to remain responsible. During this transit, you may feel an intense and urgent need to express yourself. The everyday social mask that you and others wear might start to feel restrictive, making you long for a more genuine connection both with yourself and others. Consider how you can bring more of your true self into your daily interactions. Reflect on what aspects of your life you currently hide or downplay and why. What would it feel like to let these parts of you shine? Your levels of discipline may waver, making it challenging to focus on tasks that don't captivate your interest. Instead of forcing yourself through these moments of low motivation, think about how you might infuse these tasks with a bit of fun or creativity. Could you turn mundane chores into a game or a collaborative effort with someone whose company you enjoy? This period is ripe for inventive approaches, so don't be afraid to think outside the box. As Mars transits your 5th house, it's an opportune moment to explore your creative passions. So if you're an artist, a writer, or involved in any creative pursuit, you might find that your work takes on new vibrancy and originality. Even if you don't typically see yourself as creative, this is a good time to engage in activities that allow for self-expression, such as dancing, gardening, or even cooking. What creative endeavor have you been itching to try but holding back on? Relationships, too, may benefit from this dynamic energy. Whether you're single or in a partnership, this is a time to embrace the joy and fun that can come from romantic pursuits. Be open to spontaneous dates, passionate encounters, and expressive, heartfelt conversations. This transit urges you to reconnect with what makes your heart race and your spirit soar. How can you bring more joy and authenticity into your relationships during this time? But like I said, just be cautious because of the retrograde in Mercury and how you could have past situations coming back to, you know, mess things up for you, or maybe they want to reconcile, but that might not be the best decision because there was a reason why you separated in the first place, right? So just be very discerning of who you allow into your energy, who you allow to share your love and your compassion for. It has to be an equal give and take, right? It doesn't make sense to share all your love and compassion for someone when you don't get anything back in return, because that will only take down your confidence and self-worth in the end. That would dismantle you. So do not allow anybody to just take you for granted. For those of you who have Pluto and Scorpio, like me, in the 4th house, this is a very, very heavy time for us because it's not easy to have Pluto and Scorpio in your 4th house of home. There's experiences that we keep hidden that are hard for us to release. Some memories we don't want to go back to because they bring an immense amount of pain, right? Or we try to intellectualize it. But your body wants you to feel it. Your body wants to get rid of that, right? Because if you just keep holding it in, it's creating poison within your body. So allow yourself to release those things. Be expressive, journal, do what you need to do to take good care of yourself because you deserve it, Leos. And I love every single one of my Leos out there. You guys are amazing. You bring so much love, so much light to this world. And you know what? People might misunderstand you. Let them misunderstand you. They're just jealous anyway. Don't ever let somebody dim your shine because they'll love you if you give them all of your joy and energy while you're being drained. But once you create boundaries, they all of a sudden turn into your enemy. Don't allow anybody to mess up your inner peace. And that's all I have to say for now. I hope you guys have a good new moon. And until the next time, take good care of yourselves.